It was another day in the Roblox Squid Games, but this time it was a little different. I had been invited to participate in a 25,000 Robux tournament, and as you would have guessed, I was going to mop the floor with every single content creator playing in the game. But I wasn't alone and brought along Ryuji in order to become the greatest duo this game had ever laid their eyes upon. The game began, and I was already being targeted by the tournament's host. He somehow knew that I was destined to win the games and decided to make me go into an early grave. Ryuji, seeing the injustice I was facing, decided to hoist me into his arms and began to carry me over to the finish line. But before we could even get there, another evildoer appeared, pushing Ryuji out of the way and smacking me to the floor with a pocket of sand. Though luckily for me, a man dressed as a cat went over to avenge me. And not only did he hit him with his grandpa's ashes, but he pushed him out of the safe zone so he could get riddled with bullets. It was satisfying. We were now in picture time, and I had awaited for Ryuji's turn so I could photobomb the skellywag and went over to the Dalgona game. And it seemed like the round was already going in my favor, as I had gotten me the triangle cookie, which I obviously carved out with ease without leaving a single crack. I then ran over to Ryuji and warned him that if we didn't win the tournament, I would be selling the kids, which he was shocked to hear. After getting our food, me and Ryuji walked over to the women's bathroom. The plan was to hide it out until the lights turned back on and we just stared at each other with our backs against the wall. But I eventually got bored and tired of hiding, so I went out to look for some fresh blood and got into a deadly altercation with a man with a pot on his head. And let me just say that I was cooking him as I pinned him to the wall and ended his wretched life. I then proceeded to eat my food next to his rotting corpse as I awaited for the lights to come back on. But that was when I realized that Ryuji had unfortunately not made it through the night alongside me. Anyways, I then made my way over to the game of hide and seek, and I had become a lovely seeker. It was my time to shine, and me and 10 other players jumped a poor hider hiding in a room. But since I still hadn't gotten the credit for the kill, I needed to look for someone else. That was when a panda man ran right past me, so I chose him as the target to survive this brutal game. He was running around like a damn bunny, but I had eventually caught up and stabbed him in the back. But the goddamn panda refused to die and ran away at full speed. I chased right after him, but for a panda, this skellywag's agility was beyond abnormal. And eventually, the time ran out and I died right on the cold and bloody floor.